Let her feel it. Not through petty revenge, not by blocking her, not by begging her to stay, but through the calm, powerful silence of a man who walked away with purpose. You don't need to explode. You don't need to chase. You don't even need to explain. Just do this. Focus completely on yourself and let the weight of your absence do the talking. Because nothing hits harder than the man she expected to crumble. Leveling up in silence. When someone expects you to fall apart, the most powerful thing you can do is remain calm and composed. After a breakup or emotional fallout, many women anticipate a reaction: anger, desperation, pleading. They're used to seeing men lose their grip, send paragraphs of texts, ask for explanations, or try to fix things immediately. But when you choose to control your emotions, when you don't give in to those impulsive reactions, it creates a powerful shift. It says you're not ruled by emotion. You're grounded, self-aware, and in control. Emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel the pain. It means you refuse to let that pain dictate your behavior. It means instead of reaching out in weakness, you take a step back in strength. Instead of proving your worth to someone who let you go, you begin proving it to yourself. And that calmness speaks volumes. It's unsettling in the best way because it disrupts expectations. She doesn't get to feed off the drama. She doesn't get to define your worth by your reaction. The man who can stay composed in chaos becomes a mystery, and mystery creates impact. You don't need to throw blame or make a dramatic exit. You just stop engaging in the emotional storm and let your silence hold your position. That calm energy forces the other person to reflect. Maybe not immediately, but it lands harder than any emotional outburst ever could. This is what real power looks like. Not shouting to be heard, but walking away without needing to say a word. You control your emotions, and in doing so, you control the tone of the breakup. You protect your dignity. You elevate your value. And over time, your peace becomes your loudest statement. Let her feel that strength in the silence you hold. Blocking someone might feel like taking control, but often it's just another emotional reaction, just like begging. It says, "I'm not strong enough to deal with this, so I need to erase you to feel better." But real strength doesn't come from blocking someone out of your life to prove a point. It comes from rising above the drama without needing to play emotional games. You don't need to cut her off completely. You just need to cut off your energy from the chaos. When you don't block her and you don't beg, you're choosing neutrality. You're saying, "I'm not going to punish you and I'm not going to chase you either. I'm just going to move forward." That type of calm self-respect hits differently. It shows maturity. It shows that your peace is more important than temporary reactions. And if she still watches your life from a distance, whether online or through mutual connections, she'll see the shift. She'll notice the difference. And that quiet progress will say more than any angry message or blocked account ever could. Begging shows emotional dependence. Blocking shows emotional avoidance. But choosing to simply move on, stay grounded, and protect your space without hostility, that shows real growth. That shows you're no longer operating from insecurity, but from self-worth. You don't need her attention to feel whole. And by not giving her the satisfaction of either extreme, you leave her wondering what changed. You don't need to make a scene to make an impact. Just stop engaging in the drama. Let her feel your absence. Not because you deleted her, but because you elevated beyond the need to prove anything. No blocking, no begging, just boundaries, silence, and focus. That's what leaves the deepest mark. Pain is fuel, if you choose to use it that way. When someone walks away from you, disrespects you, or takes you for granted, you're left with two choices. Sit in that pain and let it break you, or channel it into becoming something greater. Most men don't realize that the greatest revenge is self-improvement, not out of spite, but out of transformation. When you shift your focus from her to yourself, everything changes. The energy you were spending on texts, overthinking, and emotional turmoil can now be redirected into your body, your business, your goals, and your mindset. Every time you feel that pull to check her social media or wonder if she misses you, go do something that benefits your future. Lift heavier in the gym, wake up earlier, study something new, build your money. Upgrade your lifestyle, not for her, not to win her back, but because she made the mistake of doubting the man. You are becoming. That focus becomes power, and that power is what creates presence, even in your silence. She might have walked away expecting you to fall apart, but when she sees the change, your discipline, your glow, your drive, it shakes her. And the best part? You're not doing any of it to get her attention. You're doing it because you finally made yourself the priority. You stopped waiting for someone to validate you and decided to validate yourself. The version of you that emerges from heartbreak with clarity, discipline, and strength is the version she won't recognize. And by the time she does, it might be too late. So don't sit in the pain. Train with it. Build with it. Become with it. Let your silence say, "You had a chance with me, and you lost it." Let growth be your response. When you make yourself unavailable, you instantly change the dynamic. Most people don't realize how much they devalue themselves by constantly being present, online, replying quickly, showing they're always there. But when you step back, when you stop giving instant access to your time, your energy, and your attention, you create something powerful, scarcity. And scarcity breeds value. When you're always available, you're taken for granted. When you're not, people start to notice your absence. And that absence creates curiosity and eventually respect. You don't need to ghost anyone or play games. Simply start redirecting your energy into your own life. Be less active on social media. Stop posting to get noticed. Stop watching her stories. Let the silence and your absence speak for you. Let her wonder where you went, what you're doing, and who you're becoming. This isn't about punishing her. It's about pulling your energy out of a place where it's no longer being appreciated and placing it back into yourself. The moment you stop broadcasting your life for her to see, the moment you become a mystery again, that's when everything shifts. She might not say it, but she will feel it. Your distance will be louder than your presence ever was. And the more you grow, the harder it becomes for her to reach you. Not because you're avoiding her, but because you've outgrown the space she left you in. You're not playing hard to get. You're becoming hard to forget. Because the man who disappears to elevate himself is never the same when he returns, if he even returns at all. Let her sit with that. Let her feel the emptiness where your attention used to be. That's when it hits. That's when the silence becomes unforgettable. Time has a way of revealing what emotions can't. When you stop chasing, stop talking, and stop explaining yourself, time becomes your ally. The silence that follows your decision to walk away is not empty. It's loaded with meaning. At first, she might not feel it. Maybe she's caught up in the distraction, in the new attention, or in the temporary high of freedom. But time strips away all the noise. And when the dust settles, when she finally sits in that quiet, your absence starts to echo. Growth doesn't make a scene. It happens quietly, day by day, action by action. While she's expecting you to reach out, you're evolving. You're not posting to get a reaction. You're not watching her updates to see what she's doing. You're too focused on your progress. And as weeks pass, the man you used to be, the one she thought she could predict, no longer exists. She may come back out of curiosity or nostalgia, but what she'll find is someone different, someone unavailable, someone upgraded. That's the power of time combined with personal growth. It does what no text message, no late-night call, and no emotional outburst ever could. It creates distance that's not just physical, but mental, emotional, and spiritual. By the time she realizes what she lost, it won't be about getting her back. It'll be about whether you even want her back. This is the part most men overlook. They think silence is passive. But true silence, when combined with real progress, is one of the most powerful responses you can ever give. You're not trying to prove anything. You're letting time prove it for you. And when it finally hits, her, what she walked away from, and who you've become, it will hit hard. Let that be your answer. So, no blocking, no begging, no emotional games. Just this. Become so focused, so disciplined, and so unbothered that your progress punches through the silence. Let her feel the space you used to fill, and let your absence echo louder than any words ever could. Let it hit her. And you? Keep rising.